Here's what happened round 4 of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of Sardegna at Riola Sardo, MX2 Race One. And it was Sasha Coonan over the foxhole shot line for the 3rd time this year as Thibaut Beneston and Ferruccio Zanchi fell at the first hurdle. Behind Coonan, the number 1 of Kai de Wolf. Adamo emerged in 3rd, McClellan 4th. And then Elzinger in 5th position. Championship leader Everts buried mid-pack as they headed uphill. Towards the end of the opening lap, around the outside of the rider in orange in that right-hand turn, Camden McClellan moved up into 3rd place. Simon Langenfelder didn't make the best start, but he was rapidly finding his feet. Found his way past Elzinger and then Everts in quick succession to move into 5th place. He would eventually go on to finish in 3rd. Meanwhile, at the head of the field, Kai de Wolf leapt past number 19, Sasha Coonan, to take over the lead on lap 13 of 18. Coonan tried to keep contact with him, but he had this moment which threw him over the bars, out the back door. He picked himself up, would eventually come home in 5th place. A tough cookie is Sasha Coonan. Kai de Wolf went on to win for the 2nd time this year from Camden McClellan, Simon Langenfelder, Adamo and Coonan. Everts was 6th. Confirmation of those results then. Elzinger bringing up the rear in 7th, and then Volk in 8th place. Just behind them, Racelis and Braceras rounding out the top 10. MX2 Race 2, this time it was Andrea Adamo from the middle of the gate who grabbed the foxhole shot as Sasha Coonan got a little bit of bar banging action going on. Look at Camden McClellan here, number 8, centre of your screen, right at the back as he came out through the first corner. But it was Adamo who led, Kaz Volk 2nd, Prunier there in 3rd with Volk trying to push for the lead early on. Prunier bounced off the side of de Wolf, who then found his way into 3rd quickly, and then past Volk as he moved into 2nd. He then swept around the outside of Adamo, top of the hill, lap 4 to take over the lead. He stayed there for about another 6 laps. Meanwhile, number 8, Camden McClellan on the Monster Energy Triumph, he was on a charge as well. He found his way into 4th as de Wolf fell. That promoted McClellan. Top of the hill here though, Everts started to fade as McClellan came through into 3rd. Final lap, and having pulled back a 9-second deficit, Kai de Wolf picking up back-to-back wins, his first double of the season, his 3rd win of the year, slammed the phone down on his rivals. Adamo came home 2nd, McClellan 3rd, Coonan and Everts. The overall Grand Prix for the 10th time in his career though belonged to de Wolf. McClellan on the podium as he was here last year, but last year was 3rd, this year 2nd, with a 2nd and a 3rd. Adamo back-to-back podiums now, a 4th and a 2nd. De Wolf retains or regains the championship leader's red plate, went from 5 points down at the start of the weekend, goes to Trentino with an 8-point buffer over Langenfelder. Everts drops to 3rd, 2 points behind the German and 10 off the lead. But the podium today belonged to Kai de Wolf, 2 wins out of 2, 10 Grand Prix victories. He takes the championship leader's red plate to the next round, Trentino, in 1 week's time.
To end off the weekend like this is amazing, and to do this for my 10th GP win is pretty special, especially here in the sand. Yeah, with Camden 1-2, so we're gonna have a nice golf round this week and enjoy it.
MXGP Race One, Jeremy Seewer made up for that hitting the gate incident in the qualifying race as he pulled a foxhole shot for the 2nd time this year. Cornelius Tondell here and Maxime Renault fell in the first turn, but it was Seewer who led. Borgmo 2nd, but quickly into 2nd position was the 96 of Lucas Coonan. And just here, Fevre and Geiser in amongst the thick of things around about 7th or 8th place. It wasn't long before Lucas Coonan found his way into the lead. By the end of the opening lap, Seewer was down to 10th place as a few riders came rushing through. And that gaggle started here. A couple of Fantics, Fevre and Geiser on the move as he found his way alongside Bonacorsi. Geiser then quickly got himself up alongside Hogmo as he moved into fourth just before the halfway mark. Febvre followed him through as well. Febvre eventually, not hanging around, picked off Geiser to move into fourth. Geiser now fifth. This guy was having a good ride until he wasn't. Gifting eventually coming home in 12th, as on the final lap, Lucas Kuhnen, who had about a 12-second advantage, tipped over as he hit neutral. It wasn't enough, though, to deter him of his first race win at pro level, his 24th career race win for Lucas Kuhnen. His first in MXGP on a Sunday. Koldenoff crossed the line second ahead of his Fantic teammate Bonacorsi. We had Febvre, Geiser, Fernandez, Hogmo and Watson with his best race finish of the year in race one for MRT Beta. Van der Moosdijk and Gio rounding out the top 10. And a welcome return for Jeffrey Hurlings, who picked up his first point in 20th place. Not what he wanted, but hey, it's a start, isn't it? MXGP Race 2, again, Jeremy Seewer on the Ducati, picking up back-to-back hole shots, but Lucas Kuhnen tagged the bank on the inside. He went down with Bonacorsi. Geiser was buried around about 10th place, just behind his teammate, as they swept up the first hill and through the holes around this circuit. Hurlings a better start, quickly to the lead, running on adrenaline, absolutely. But his lead was last about 3 laps before the JK Yamaha, the private Yamaha of Isaac Gifting, would come through a couple of laps later. And all of a sudden, Hurlings had been caught and passed by first Roman Febvre, and then Tim Geiser in the same corner. Hurlings now fourth, he would eventually come home in 7th. That first Grand Prix out of the way, though. Lucas Kuhnen was up into 9th place and closing down on Jeremy Seewer until the two touched here. Kuhnen came off worse. He picked himself up, rejoined the race, fell again, and would eventually finish out of the race. Febvre took over the lead on lap 7 of 18 with his move on Isaac Gifting. There was no resistance when Geiser came through either, and the two giants of the sport went toe-to-toe, bar-to-bar, wheel-to-wheel. Late on in the race, Koldenoff also found his way around Gifting to move into 3rd. Gifting would come home in 6th. This is how close it was as they hit the line. Febvre, with his 50th career race win, also secured the overall victory in the Grand Prix. Geiser came home 2nd, Koldenoff, Valana and Bonacorsi. And as we look at the overall classification there, Febvre, your overall winner, his 22nd career victory. Glenn Koldenoff, his 2nd podium of the year for Fantic. Geiser 3rd with a 5th and a 2nd. Geiser 34 points clear at the top of the championship. Febvre now 2nd. Koldenoff now up to 3rd, and he's 25 points adrift. Then we've got Kuhnen and Maxime Renault. Renault didn't start race 2. But as we head to Trentino, round 5, it's Tim Geiser who is in control of the championship. Roman Febvre, your winner here, though, this weekend for Kawasaki Racing Team.
We had a bad day yesterday, like last year. Last year we had the issue qualifying, didn't finish. Yesterday finished 20, not in point. But yeah, today I regroup and like I say, first moto I got the start, but didn't rode good the first 10 minutes. And then second moto, yeah, I make the change and I was fast straight away.